What's going on, guys? It's Raz from Raz and Quaz, and I'm finally back. There'll be an update on where I've been at the end of this video. But anyway, this is part of a series I've come up with called Pokemon Top 10's -5, since sometimes I'll make top 5, sometimes I'll make top 10's. This is actually going to be episode 3. The first 2 episodes I made last year, a while back, and at that time I didn't know they were going to become part of a series, so links to them will be on the screen at the end of the video to you go watch. But also the links will be in the description below anyway, so if you want to start from episode 1 you can do by clicking below. So anyway, this is my top 10 favourite Pokemon, and just to point out before I start, this is entirely opinionated. It's not on stats or designs or based on anything on like that. It's seriously, the only factor is I like them, and that's all that matters. So making the number 10 spot to start us off is my boy Fat Dick, aka Quagsire. Now reason being, this guy is our channel mascot. He is this big fat dopey Pokemon, and I love him simply because how he looks. When I first saw him I burst out laughing. He's the funniest little blob I've ever seen. Him being the first Pokemon also that I named with a swear word in, thinking I was a cool kid, which you can't do on X and Y anymore, which is a shame. But anyway, Quagsire makes the list because he's just fucking cool. Now at number 9 is one of the only legendaries I like, which is Groundon. Now, my first ever Pokemon game was Ruby, so this being my first ever legendary I ever encountered was probably one of the best feelings ever. I thought it was some sort of god Pokemon at the start, and it will forever have a place in my childhood as just this beast. I also love the shiny to it, how it has this swap colour change, like a yellowy goldy. I can't really remember, I think it's yellow and gold. But I just fucking love Groundon, and it's just a beast, and yeah, I think it is my favourite legendary. Greninja makes number 8, being one of my favourite Gen 6 Pokemon in the game. I started off with it, I used it as my starter, and I love the fact how he actually looks like a ninja, and in his move pool he has ninja related moves. Also competitively he has the hidden ability Protein, so every move he fucking uses is stab, is absolutely insane. He also has a cool fucking shiny. I think everyone on this list has a cool shiny, but Greninja's colour change is pretty awesome. It goes to like a black and red, I think, and I just love his tongue and how it's positioned and his whole like stance. I just love the way he is. At 7 is Salamance. Now if you didn't know, my favourite types in the game are dragon types, and while Salamance being in Gen 3 in my first ever game was the first ever dragon type I ever used, which made me fall in love with the dragon type, so I owe all to Salamance. He's this massive powerhouse which has huge hits. He's also great competitively, and he has a snazzy shiny which changes him completely as well. These all have really cool shinies, I've just realised. But Salamance, yeah, being the first dragon type I ever used and got me into dragon types, just simply puts him on this list. At 6 is another dragon type, Dragonite. Not my first dragon, but it is the first of the dragons, if that makes sense, it being Gen 1, the first dragon in Gen 1. Now, the reason I like this guy so much is once I finished Ruby, and obviously getting to love the dragon types, I rewatched the anime, and I loved the cool ass messenger Dragonite that's in the anime. And him alone wins him the spot personally, because I just thought he was just the coolest character in the anime at that time as a kid. I also loved how in Black and White 2, I think it was, if you did the tower you could get rewarded by getting a shiny one, which I have, and he's pink and he's awesome. So we're halfway through the list now, and I just thought I'd throw out some honourable mentions, that being Flygon, Mega Ampharos, because he gets the dragon type. I already liked Ampharos, but with the dragon type is a beast. Titar, Mega Titar, Empoleon, Ambipom, Heracross, Gyarados, and Lugia. Lugia being the only other legendary I really like besides Groundon. So they're my honourable mentions who didn't really make the list, so if you guys are wondering who didn't make it, there they are. So at 5, and now recently made dragon type thanks to Mega Evolution, and one of the Pokemon fans' favourites is Charizard, but mainly Charizard X. I like Charizard Y, but Charizard X definitely takes the top spot. With Charizard being so fucking cool in the anime as well, and Ash's just being this badass, rebellious Charizard just makes it even cooler. Even though he actually always was shit, he used to be dead good, he'd fight someone, lose, but he'd get back up on his feet and on again. So yeah, as Mega's been introduced and Charizard X being a dragon type, just the sheer design of that thing puts it at number 5. Lucario is at 4. I love the design, I love his sweet moveset and the huge power he has. He's great in Wi-Fi battling. Plus, he got a Mega Evolution, Pokemon X and Y, but he still isn't my favourite Mega, along with Charizard X, that isn't my favourite Mega either. That is later on. He's probably the Pokemon I've used the most in beating the game, so when I start off, a Lucario has generally been in my team since he came out. I have so many Lucarios in my boxes, which are level 100 just through beating the game. I just love him. His design is cool. I love how in the anime he speaks with his mind and through aura. He's just a cool fucking guy. To kick off the top 3 is Gengar, and yes, Mega Gengar is my favourite Mega, if you're wondering. It's so ridiculously powerful. Gengar being this menacing looking chubby ghost thing, you can't fault him. Well, perhaps his defensive stats in competitive are shite. He can take like 1 hit and that's about it. But as a powerhouse, he's insane. I love the design for him, and he's my favourite ghost type and my favourite just mysterious looking character. I just get a buzz when using Gengar. I just think he can't be beaten. He can, but there's a child inside of me which thinks Gengar can't. At 2, just short of the top of my list, is my favourite Dragon type Garchomp. Even though he does get a Mega, which is fucking class, the only reason why he's not my favourite Mega is simply because I've used Mega Gengar a million times more than Mega Garchomp, so I have a more feeling towards Mega Gengar. When playing Pokemon with this guy, I remember in 4th gen I had probably the best Pokemon moment I've ever experienced. I beat the Elite Four, got to Cynthia. I didn't buy any revives because I got excited and just ran straight in. I forgot you can't come back out, so I had like 3 revives. I already used them by the time I got to Cynthia. And it was my Garchomp versus her Garchomp. I was praying I'd outspeed it. I didn't, but I survived on 4 HP. I don't know how. I survived like a Dragon Rush or something, and then I killed her Garchomp with a Dragon Rush. I don't know why I just went her then, but anyway. And it was just one of the most epic moments I've ever done on 4th gen. I'm currently working on getting one on my Wi-Fi team because he is an absolute monster, and I'm thinking of getting a Sandstorm team built because of all the options you can get now with the whole Mega Evolutions, everything, and plus 3 of my top 10 would fit into a Sandstorm team, and they're all Megas. No, sorry, T-Tower isn't, he's in the Honourable Mentions, but still. And at number 1 is Sceptile. Now, Trico was my first ever Pokemon back in Ruby, first ever Pokemon I've ever used. And back then, when you were a little kid, you only really used your starter and you had like a supporting Pokemon, so I overtrained Sceptile to fuck, and it destroyed everything its path. And I remember my favourite move ever is Leaf Blade, and because of Sceptile, it just owned everything. I seem to think I'd even use it on something that just shouldn't kill, but somehow it did because I had like a level 100 Sceptile, like the 3rd badge, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But it has brought me the best gaming memories ever, that Pokemon, especially with Pokemon. And on Mystery Dungeons as well, I remember Grovyle being this mysterious, one of the main characters, and you get attached to that Grovyle. That made me like him even more. In the anime, Ash's Sceptile, he's got a fucking sick attitude to him. I just love how he is. So Sceptile tops off the list by an absolute mile. If I could make a Pokemon real, come to life in the real world, it would be Sceptile without a shadow of a doubt. So Sceptile easily, and I mean easily, I pray to God they make what's the word I'm thinking of? Mega Evolution for him. I just hope to God. I hope they make all the starter Megas, because that's the only possibility of him getting a Mega Evolution. But I hope to God he gets one, because then it'll be even more badass and actually useful in competitive. So there you have it. Like I said, it's entirely opinionated, but feel free to put your top 10s in the comments below, and I'll have a look at them and see what yours are. I also have like a question of the episode, which is, what is your favourite Mega Evolution? And then answer that, and then next episode I will reveal what is the most favourite Mega by all you guys, and then I'll have another question for you. So just a quick update now. If you don't want to hear the update, you can just click off. But anyway, I haven't uploaded for so long simply because I haven't had the time to, or at one point I didn't know if I was going to carry on doing YouTube, but I thought to myself about it and I thought, yes, I should carry on doing it, so I am. However, I can't do any playthroughs because I haven't got a 3DS capture card, but I have created a donation. Feel free to donate, you don't have to. But if I do manage to reach a donation and be able to get a 3DS capture card, I also am saving up for one, but the donation would help. This means more videos I can put out and better content. But anyway, yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Raz. Check out episode 1 and 2, they'll be on the screen now. So click on 1, come back, click on 2, and then you're up to date for the next episode. So yeah, thanks for listening, I'm out.